climbers and the coaching staff. County, best wishes. We're rooting for you.
Down on the field, the captains have gone out to enact the coin toss, and the Shelton seniors have gone out. They're about 10 yards away from co-captain John Barger and Norm Rawlings. And we had a scare earlier as Rawlings, during the workouts, was helped off the field by the coaches, but has come back on and shows thus far no sign of any injury. Looked like he had perhaps an ankle or a knee injury, but came right back and is out there and ready to go. For the captains for Fife, for John Linden and Steve Brennan. Brennan, the guard at 6 foot, 190-pound senior, and Linden, the sophomore, or check that, the senior quarterback, 6'3", 170-pounder. Tom Jones talking to both captains, and the option, of course, will go to the Fife Trojans, being the visitors here at High Climber Stadium. And it looks like Fife has...
For Fife this year, they've scored an average of 44 points a ball game. They've been beating their opponents by an average of 40 points a game, so it should be a sterling test for the Shelton D.
Shelton, of course. Sorensen says he's ready to go, and his playoff action about to commence. A low driving kick, bounces at the 25, 30, still on his feet, 35, out to the 40, and down at the 44-yard line is Roger Cecil, 6'2", 205-pound senior, one of the running backs for the Fife Trojans, and they'll take over with excellent field to the backfield. Long count, looking over the defense. Defense moving in and out. Now shifts in the backfield. Hand off to the up back. That's Darren Gray, and he gets about a yard, maybe a yard and a half, and he is stormed under. Leading the charge is Norm Rawlings from that linebacker position. Will set the Climber defense for you along the front line. It's Jason Curtis, Chris Hoff, Miller, and McCoy. Then the linebackers are Jabot, Rawlings, and Barter. The corners are Mastillo and River, and the safeties are Smith and Holt. Second down, 8 yards to go for a first down from the 46-yard line. Let's call it the 47. Motion across to the right for Fife. In up the middle, got a little running room across the 50, 45 down to about the 41-yard line of the High Climbers, and that'll be a first down.
Number 66, Steve Brennan, doing a fine job of lead blocking, paving the way.
A wingback just off the tight end on the left side. The right end split, motion again in the backfield. An inside handoff. The man is out there on the wing, on the go. Down to 30. He's going to go in and score. No, he's caught from behind. He fumbled the football, and it's into the end zone. And what are they going to call? It is a touchdown. A most unusual play. Football, the point after is good. And Trojans strike.
Okay, he eluded one tackler, and River stripped him of the ball, but he fell on it in the end zone.
Bartle on first down, hands off to Kelly Clark, going around the right side at the 40. One man to beat, he fumbled, dove on the ball. I believe he got it back. Kelly Clark picks up about 12. It'll be a first down for the Climbers. All the way out to the 42, 43-yard line.
Clark showing some very fine foot speed of his own, and dropped the football on the second effort, but luckily got it back.
Dove on the loose ball, and it's a first down for Shelton. Clark and Masteller, the two running backs behind John Barger. Kevin Smith to the left side. They fake the hand off at the middle. Masteller running across the 50 down the 45, down the 44-yard line before he's brought down.
Todd Snyder on the tackle for Fife.
And they run up another 13 or 14-yard gain.
It looks like it's going to be a fun ball game, John.
A little offense here tonight, maybe. Fife scoring very quickly. They lead at 7-0, 9:38 to go first quarter. River wide to the left side, Smith to the right side. Clark on the flank. Masteller goes motion. There's nobody behind Barger. Back to throw. Throws it out to Masteller. Oh, he had to throw him. And he was wide open.
Clint Barger hurried his throw just a bit. Masteller had
split backs behind Barger, or Masteller and Clark. Almost offside. Hand off to Kelly Clark. Puts his head down. Not much room there on that one.
Steve Brennan again on the
from our angle. Barger back to throw. The rush comes. He's got time. Steps up. Shoots a pass overthrough. Flag down. And who the call will go against? It is going to go against Fife. It'll be an illegal chuck against Fife on Scott River as he was going down. He had triple coverage. They have read about Penny, the tight end on the left side. Hand off quickly to Kelly Clark. Or check that Sean Masteller. He dives over the 30 down to the 25-yard line before he's finally brought down. Making the stop for the Trojans was Jeff Breland.
Masteller on the trap play, which is the bread and butter of the Shelton running game, picking up good yardage once again.
Gain of 8 straight up the middle, second down 2. Holt goes right, River left. Penny moves to the right side on the tight end position. Handoff, fakes the handoff. Barger kept the ball, now pitches it out to Masteller. The Fife Trojans react quickly, but he should have a first down at the 20-yard line.
Craig Merrill on the stop.
It appears as though that play was going to pick up more yardage, but the Trojans reacting very quickly. Stop it after a gain of about 5, but it is another hash mark on the near side, running room to the far side, but they come this way with Kelly Clark. Cuts inside across the 15, down to the 17. Or check that down to the 13. Backs at second down and 2, slides down the line, hands off to Masteller running up the middle. He's close to a touchdown. Did he get in? Climbers,
they're going to call it dead on the 1.
A lot of the climbers were dancing up and down with their hands in the air, but Sean Masteller does not get in. Runs straight up the middle and gets down to about the half-yard line.
Once again,
half-yard line. They go with the flankers split left and right. Barger taking along wonderfully. Barger, the handoff to Clark, head down and drove into the end zone for a touchdown. Kelly Clark driving straight ahead, stopped at the goal line, just kept on driving. Behind Jabot and Thompson.
Very important from Shelton
from the half-yard line. The snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So once again, there's timeout on the field. The score.
Body shop available with competitive prices and a full line of repair experts. Remember the name Stacy's for all your automotive repair needs and specialty work. 104 West Grove in Shelton. Kim Stacy, owner.
Espen Sorensen with a fine kickoff. All quarter, 7:08 to play, clock running. Motion in the backfield, handoff to Darren Gray, and he just bounces along the line and is finally knocked down by Chris Hopp. And we wait for
Roger Cecil, who gives them size in their backfield.
Trying to get outside. They give the handoff this time to Kyle Lindley. Lindley is snowed under after a gain of 3 or 4. And getting up off the bottom of the pile is Court Jabot. No, that's not Jabot. Let's get the right number here. That's Sean Masteller. Jabot is 62 and Masteller is 32, and we saw the 2. Mast go for a first down. Motion across by Roger Cecil from right to left, back to throw, and underthrown almost into the hands of Sean Masteller as he tried to hit Todd Snyder. Big hang time. And see if I put the sportscaster's jinx on him. Well, he didn't kick it up so high, but he got a pretty good kick. River lets it bounce, bounces up into his hands at the 38. Tries to get outside, is across the 40, still on his feet, 45, and is spun backwards and knocked down at the 45-yard line. So Scott River, who had to take the ball kind of on the run backwards on the bounce, then a couple of nice jukes and gets about 7 yards back out to the 45-yard line where the Climbers take over 1st and 10. An excellent. River comes wide to the left side. Barger, the handoff to Masteller. Masteller will get about 4, maybe 3 as he runs straight ahead, but we do have a flag down. And very possibly a holding call going to go against the Climbers here. Barger, back to throw on first down. Going outside to River. River cannot get there. River getting bumped at. Going to bring up second down, 17 to go for the Climbers. Ball back at their own 38. Barger handoff to Kelly Clark, trying to get outside and tried to cut back in. He got across the 40 up to about the 41, maybe, let's call it the 41-yard line, a gain of about 3.
Chuck Curtis on the stop.
Long count. Barger back to throw. The rush comes. He shoots a pass over the middle of Rob Penny. A nice tackle. Penny gives up the football, but he's going to be called down at the 44-yard line.
Jarring tackle by Craig Merrill. Penny dragging across the middle. Didn't see Merrill. Merrill just stuck his shoulder right in him.
Climbers will have to punt it away. Clark gets a snap, takes his time, gets kick away, got run into, but just barely. Incidental contact, Tom Jones calls it. He looked at it for a long time. And the ball rolls dead at the 34-yard line of Fife, and there it will be first down and 10 for the Trojans as they'll take over again for their third offensive series. Ball game all tied at 7. 4:07 to go here in the first quarter as the Trojans will come to the line. Six-man line. Darting in and out. The handoff to Roger Cecil. Looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain, and suddenly just a nice cut as he cut right up the middle and picks up about 4 out to the 40-yard line. Let's call that a gain of 5. Back to the right side. They go in a quick count. Handoff to, I believe, Lindley. And Lindley slips and falls. Now check that, Stern Gray. Both about the same size.
Gray lost his footing coming out of the chute and prevented a gain.
Bring up third to the 45. Climbers showing blitz. And they're coming. And they hit him. Threw the ball. Lindley was hit by Norm Rawlings, who really timed that one perfectly. Got in there and spun him away as he started to throw the ball, and the ball was nowhere near the intended receiver. Will bring up fourth down, and again, the Fife Trojans will have to kick it away.
Shelton Minden.
Low snap, but he's going to get it away. The rush is there from the Climbers. Again, a bad kick goes out of bounds, and we'll see where they'll spot that one. Can't be any further than that because that's where the ball went out. The ball is already out of bounds, and they spotted it right there. It'll be at the 42.5-yard line of the Climbers. To the right. He's to the near side. Split backs. Barger barking out the signals. Hand off quickly to Sean Masteller going up the middle. One man to beat. He's at the 40. Still on his feet down to the 35-yard line. Sean Masteller with a great run picks up about 20 yards all the way down to the Fife 35-yard line. Kelly Clark out in front along with Holt, and just good blocking of Masteller, who picked up 145 against Centralia, picks up another 5 right here as he goes down from the, well, let's give him maybe 6. So he gets across the 30 down. Now they're going to spot the ball on the 30-yard line.
Norm Rawlings opening up quite a hole there for Masteller to get his yardage through.
Good blocking by the offensive line. Rawlings smacks the hands together, and up they come. On the right side, of course, that's the big side. Chris Hoff and Lars Anderson. Hand off to, nope, Barger kept it. They're coming around the end. He fakes the pitch out, kept the ball, gets across the 25, down to the 24, maybe the 23-yard line. Take the pitch to Masteller. They'll have the first down.
Charles Spencer on the stop for Fife.
Climbers look like they're gaining more confidence in the offense as they go.
John Barger, of course, an excellent field general and a fine ball handler, doing an excellent job of taking the defense with the pitch that time.
Kevin Smith out by himself, and he's another one that you got. Oh, they've got running room right side. Barger keeps the ball. 15, still on his feet. Down inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. Another first down for the Climbers.
Barger turning the corner, and the contain for the Fife defense not there on that particular play.
Barger line. Holt comes wide to the left side. Lively to the right side. Barger takes the handoff. He's going to run it again. This time he keeps the ball up the middle, across the 10, still on his feet, spins to about the 5-yard line.
Barger again, deft ball handling, doing a very fine job of taking the pitch and turning it upfield.
And the ball at the 5-yard line for Shelton, knocking on the door once again. Barger slides down the line, hands off to Masteller, who just dances to the left a little bit across the 5. Will be close to that first down at about the 3.
Masteller looking for a hole to pick through that time just now transpired. About a 1st and 10 is the result.
Got inside the 3 to about the 2, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Climbers. Come up with Smith on the wing to the right side. Split the right end. Looking to intercept it in the end zone. And going to be brought down, is he? At about the 3-yard line. Playing in the shadow of the goal line. Long count. Right up the middle, got running room. He's on a streak. And going to be, well, no, he's still not caught. Breaking away was Kyle Lindley. The ball's loose, but they're going to blow it dead. Lindley all the way out to the 44. Linden, long count again. Hand off again up the middle. And this time a gain of a couple. As Gray carries across the 47 up to the 48-yard line. Rawlings, first man to get to him for Shelton from his linebacker spot. To the right. Pitch out. Outside, they get to Cecil. Good block out there. Cecil on a run down the sidelines. 40, 35. And finally run out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Shelton's contained, lacking there also. Cecil turning the corner, and he's a little
at the 28-yard line of Shelton. Hand off to Kyle Lindley, and he stopped almost immediately as he got the football. Scott McCoy pinching down in to stop him after a gain of about 2, maybe let's call it 3. 2nd down, 7, ball spots out the tight end on the left side. Split end out about 15 yards to the right. Shelton dancing around again. Double handoff. Trojans have got some razzle-dazzle as he hands off to Cecil, who was coming to the left side, and he handed it back off to Lindley going to the right. And they'll pick up another 1st down. No, check that. Yes, it is. A first and 10 for the Trojans with the ball on the 16-yard line. Going downfield with a pass, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Flag goes down.
Intended for Chuck Curtis.
Rawlings is back out this time as Cecil comes in motion to the left. They pitch to the outside. And not much gain that time as he gets across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. But Scott River right up there brings down Kyle Lindley.
Good pursuit by John Barter to disrupt the flow of that play. Turned it in, so River was able to make the stop.
Pick up the 3, 3rd down and 22 for the Fife Trojans as the ball is a foot flank. The flanker on the left side. 2 backs behind Linden. Again, Linden, a quarterback who stands straight up. Quick handoff. Running room a little bit for Lindley as he tries the right side. Gets across the 25 down to about the 22-yard line. And we'll see. Do they have a field goal kicker? No, they're not bringing a tee in, I don't believe. Linden looking over the defense, barks out the signals, drops back to throw. Got some time. Here comes the rush now. He throws the ball up, and it's knocked away by Scott River. River got down in front of the intended receiver as he came across and knocked the ball away, and Linden was hit.
Ample time to throw the football, but just couldn't pick out a receiver. Fine coverage by
quarter action. Score reading 7-7. Barger barking out the signals. Handoff, no, he kept the ball. He's running the end. Looked like he wanted to throw, but cut upfield himself. And we'll get up to about the 29-yard line.
First tough kid, and he's doing a good job.
Well, any quarterback that plays linebacker run, as we pointed out earlier. Sean Masteller running up the middle for the 2 or 33-yard line. They may have to measure this one. Tom Jones, the referee, is not going to measure it. He calls that a 1st down for the High Climbers. On their own 33-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Kevin Smith to the wide side of the field. River to the short side. There's running room to the left. Barger, inside handoff fake, outside to Kelly Clark. Clark cuts back in, gets across the 25, or the 35 rather, and out to about the 39-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 6. Well, let's call that a 7-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 3 running it. Barger again, totally different from behind Linden. He squats down. He's looking for Chris Stark, and it was in the hands of the Fife Trojan defender who was on his knees and could not come up with the ball. Benny, the tight end on the right side. They hand off up the middle to Sean Masteller, but he will not get the first down this time. As he gets out across the 40 to only
this far tonight.
Kelly Clark, the punter. The rush comes again. Clark, a low kick. Lindley lets it bounce, tries to pick it up, does at the 32, and immediately is hit and dropped at the 34-yard line. It's Jason Curtis, the first man to get there.
Fine hit by Jason Curtis. Lindley running hard once again.
Clearly some emotion of the Trojans that they have it at their own 34. Wing back in the slot right. Linden on the handoff outside to Lindley. Got him in. He's across the 50. Hard running all the way down to the Shelton 49-yard line. A gain of about 16 yards on the play and a first down for the Trojans.
Then just splitting the seam. He is just splitting the gap between the corner who would have the contain and the outside linebacker and doing it
inside reverses. Double reverses in the backfield. Linden again. Hand off to Gray, I believe, and it looks like he may have got a couple as all that time. They spot him back as Jabot again on the stop for the Climbers. It's going to be a gain of a couple. We'll get down to the 40. Let's call it the Cecil trying to get outside on the right side. He's going to lose a couple on this one. No, good second effort. Got him back to the line of scrimmage. Kevin Smith. Norm Rawlings, I thought, had him stopped in the background, but, and in fact, he's going to gain maybe a yard.
Scott McCoy also in on the pursuit there for Shelton.
Looked like Cecil was going to be dropped to a sure loss. Still on the quick count they go. And this time, Jabot knifing through, and a loss of about 4. As Gray on the carry trying to go around the right side, played with back to punt, back at his own 35, got a low snap, here comes the rush, and very close to getting there Kevin Smith. Ball bounces away from River, will roll dead on the 15-yard line. Check. Barger, hand off to Masteller. Masteller will only get a couple. As the Fife defense is starting to close up the gaps in the middle. McCoy comes receivers as McCoy came in also. Second down 8. Barger, hand off to Kelly Clark. Clark with not much room as he tries to get off around the left side.
Chase Johns actually settled down into a defensive struggle, if you will.
A couple of bad breaks or calls or pitch out to Clark. Clark at the 35 dives ahead close to the first down at about the 36-yard line. Going to be about a half yard short.
As we've stated several times this year, it is not from the 3-yard line. Put it on the ground.
They are about a football and a half short of a first down. They are going to kick it away. At this point, they decide not to take a chance. Well, maybe now would be a time for the little razzle-dazzle that Coach Pat Hayes had told us about. Kelly Clark, of course, half yard. Looks like they'll kick it away. Clark, again, the low kick, driving it, bounces, and Lindley takes it on the run. He's at the 40, 45, still on his feet, and is finally brought down at the 50-yard line. As McCoy gets there for the Linden, the quarterback, goes on the long count, brings the wide flank on the right side in motion toward the, drops back deep. They're looking for the flank for the screen pass. Caught at the 50, 45, and will be run out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down, but close. As Kyle Lindley Rawlings gets up limping a little bit. They're going to take him out. And again, no doubt. Lindley goes in motion across the formation to the wide side of the field. They pitch out there to Lindley. Court Jabot got there, but he got a first down, and a flag goes down. And we'll wait for the call this time as undefensive line takes the handoff, wants to shoot a pass over the middle, got his man all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Chuck Curtis
on the stop, Holt. Curtis on the reception, and the Trojans are up in the hurry-up offense. They're up there very quickly, lined up already, called 2 plays in the huddle. Minute 7 showing on the scoreboard clock. So they got the first down anyhow. Minute 3, Linden back to throw. On the out pattern, missed his man.
Linden has good size. He's 6'3", 107.
His left arm and then positions the players. Motion by Lindley in the backfield to the left side. Motion also on the right side. A flag will go down. And Linden in the backfield on the run. But this one doesn't matter. It's not going to count anyhow. It's just going to use up a lot of time on the clock. Flags all over the field. There'll be an illegal procedure call going to go against the Fife Trojans. Illegal motion, the call going against the Trojans. An incomplete pass. They may want to take the down. With this Fife offense, 5 yards doesn't make much difference, Ron. And we have not seen a field goal kicker, so I don't know that the 5 yards would make any difference to get them any closer.
Fife has been plagued by penalties this first half. Of course, benefiting Shelton's defensive effort, but again,
Linden, long count. Climbers jump offside. They'll get both teams showing on occasion that they can move the ball. Fife with explosiveness. Shelton just running it down and being able to do it. Pitch out to Lindley, trying to turn the corner. He turns the corner, tries to get back inside. It's down inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. That'll be another first down for the Trojans. Use up only 7 seconds. As Fife moves ever closer to that goal line. First and 10, Fife at the Shelton 19-yard line. Clock running inside of 40 seconds. Linden back to throw. Going to throw the out pattern. Again, he overthrew his man on the side of the field. Running room to the right. And Linden,
from their standpoint, would like to put some points on the board before half.
Motion across the formation to the wide side of the field. Movement this time, I think, on the in Shelton. Linden, long count. Back to throw. Looks. Shoots a pass over the middle. And in a lot of traffic. Triple coverage. Kevin Smith knocking the ball away. Snyder, 25, makes the inside handoff. Ball in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Would have been very close to a first down. The proverbial Linden barking out signals. Back to throw again. Looks. Shoots a look-in pass complete on the quick lateral outside down at the 15-yard line. Will not be enough for the first down. Hit the tight end who lateraled the ball outside to Lindley coming around, taking his time. 3, 2, they still have not got it off. 1, they got it off. The gun sounds, but they're practically no gain. Buoyed their spirits, and they picked it up a little bit, and although neither team got in, they were able to hold the high climbers and not allow their offense to do much in the late going of the second quarter, and they were again able to put a drive together and try to get down inside. Some more taping on that left ankle. Rawlings, of course, a key two-way player for the Climbers. He's the center on offense and the center linebacker on defense. And a tough football player, Norm Rawlings. Rawlings at 6 foot, 195 pounds. He's a senior. Is in on many of the defensive plays, along with, of course, he snaps the ball every time on offense. Fife Trojans come back to our right, go down underneath the goal line or the goalpost, and go through their warm-ups. I would think that perhaps being tied 7-7 at halftime, that might buoy their feelings a little bit, Ron. Again, considering what happened to the Peninsula team last night, losing 41-21. Coaches perhaps could have thought that they might have been in over their head a little bit against the Climbers here tonight, but have been able to clock are deep, back around the 10. Will Shelton to the ball, a good high kick this time. Clock will take it up to 15. He's up to the 20. 25, still on his feet, got a little hole. 30, still on his feet, one man to beat, and he's a shoestring tackle out at the 42-yard line. Climbers well, they'll spot it at the 43, where it'll be 1st and 10. Kelly Clark ever so close to breaking it all the way. Mastello in the backfield. Tight end to the left side, hand off to Kelly Clark, tries to cut back inside. Not much room to dive over the 45-yard line and get to about the 46. Gain of about 3. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Pick up about 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down 7.
Quickly come back out of the huddle as Stark comes to the right side, Holt to the left. Tight end to the left side. Split backs behind Barger. Barger back, rolls out, flag goes down. 3rd quarter just underway here. Barger back to throw, shoots a pass outside to Kevin Smith. In and out of his hands. Threw it a little high, but certainly a very catchable pass.
The ball partially deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Long count, they jump offside. Flankers split both ways. Barger back to throw. It's the draw. Hand off to Mastello. 50. 45. Breaks a tackle. Down to about 2 flags go down. Flags down well away from the play.
Generally, that will mean an illegal block of some nature upfield.
Mastello running it all the way down to the 40-yard line. A gain on the play of about 12 to 14 yards. But they're going to bring it back and nullify the fine run. Mastello running to the right side of the field, wide to the right side. Barger pitches back. Here comes Kelly Clark on the throw. He eludes one man and puts the ball up in the air. It's an incomplete forward pass. That's Sean Mastello going to throw the ball. Looking downfield, just could not throw the ball up.
Craig Merrill applying good pressure.
High snap. No rush at all. Good high kick by Kelly Clark. Fair catch signal for. He dropped the ball but got on it. Back at the 30-yard line, the Trojans will take over at their own 30. At least not retaining possession. Linden again, as he always does, goes long count, motion in the backfield. Linden hitting the backfield, ball on the ground, and we believe the high climbers have come up with the ball.
Norm
Rawlings on that football, but no indication yet from the official. And yes, referee Tom Jones says it's 1st and 10 for the high climbers at the 5:30.
I didn't pick.
Barger, in off to Mastello. He's got room. He's up to 20 up in the air. Bended down to about the 18-yard line. It should be a 1st down.
Again, the quick trap. Shelton finding all kinds of running room in the middle of that defensive line of Fife's.
Fife lining up with 3 over the center, but still not able to solve the quick trap up the middle. Barger, long count. Hand off to Mastello in the backfield. He's hit, but he's going to get back to about the line of scrimmage.
A little slow developing play there. Looked like it might be some type of play action, but Mastello.
Again, split backs left and right. Barger slides down the line, pitches outside to Mastello. Mastello cannot turn the corner. He's going to be hit for a loss back at the 20-yard line.
Steve Brown with a fine stop for Fife.
So this is going to bring up a 3rd. Mastello, the lone setback. Barger back to throw. He's going to have time. Looks over the middle. He's got a man. River caught an interception again at the 3. As Snyder comes up with the football, runs it out to the 15-yard line.
Fine play by Todd Snyder, stepping in front of the intended receiver and climbing high for the interception.
River was open, Ron, but Barger took a lead. Again, it's up to the defense to do it. A lot of motion in the middle. Not much running room, but good hard driving. Second effort will get him out to the 20, a gain of about 5. Play that looked like they weren't going to get any. And Darren Gray on the carry will pick up about 5 yards.
Pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Bring up 2nd and 9. Linden. Cecil in motion. Linden on the inside handoff to Lindley. A play that has picked up good yardage. Kevin Smith tried to hit him and bring him down, but did not. Smith hit him and just bounced off and finally brought down by Holt, but not before he picks up a first down out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line.
Lindley again keeping those.
Lindley in motion. Now he'll set. Wing back to the left side. He was wing back on the right side. Long count. Pitch out to the deep back. Turns the right corner. Got room up the sideline. It's a foot race. He may go all the way. Scott Rival racing down the sideline. Has the only chance to get him and got him.
Holy smoke.
Scott Rival showing incredible speed. Got him at the 1-yard line.
Roger Cecil turned.
5 Trojans. Quarterback keeper Linden tries to get in. He did. So the Trojans once again go out on top and lead in the ball game. Snap, the ball is down, the kick is up. Got a lot of leg, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. The score, the Fife Trojans now 14-7, 6:04 to go third quarter. And they have not yet folded here in the second half. A low driving kick taken at the 14. Clark up the middle again. 30, still on his feet. Will get out to about the 39-yard or 34-yard line where he's finally stopped.
But that was a line drive kick if I've ever seen one.
Just a low driving kick that Clark kind of says, oof, when it's falling around 34. Split backs behind Barger. Wing back to the right side, split end to the left. Barger hand off to Masteller. Masteller will get about 7 yards out to the 40-yard line.
Picked up about 5 yards on the play.
Should make it second and about 3. Again, the double
Second down and 4. Ball's on the 40-yard line.
substitution into the lineup as Holt will come out to the right side, Stark to the left. Penny, the tight end, will line up on the right side. Split backs, in off to Masteller, who gets across the 45. He'll have the first down. Took a while to pick up the number. The first down for Shelton. Masteller going inside and cut out. Picked up about 5 yards, another first down. Climbers have not had the explosiveness run in their offense, but they did have put a couple of drives together.
They are trailing by touchdown, but there's no need for panic. I think it's important for them to stay within the confines of their game plan.
Barger fumbled the football and dove on it. Was going to go to the air on that one. River had single coverage, but Snyder playing center field out there could have gone either way, as Penny was also going down the right side, and River the left side. They lose 2, make it second and 12. As Barger just could not get the handle on the football of the breath showing up. Barger rubs his hands together, gets down behind the center, drops back, fakes the throw, hands off to Masteller. Masteller trying to get outside across the 45. We'll get out to about the 47-yard line, pick up only about 4. Bring up third down, and we'll have 8 to go for a first down. That spot has not been anywhere near his average tonight. Comes down the line, and is just drilled. Does not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Roger Cecil.
And the Trojans are picking it up both offensively and as the safety. The rush comes, and Clark kicks it off the side of his foot, but still gets a decent kick. It's a good roll, and will roll out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. And we have a flag down on Fife, and we'll take over first and 10. Kelly Clark comes in motion to the short side. They throw out to River, who, falling down, catches the ball at the 31-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 9 yards. Bring up second down and about a yard to go for the first down. Well, let's call it 2.
Chris Parkhurst on the defense. Parkhurst at just 5'8", and River at 6'2", with the obvious mismatch.
River coming up with his first reception of the night. Showing us great speed on that defensive chase. I've not seen that kind of speed when he catches the ball and runs with it. Masteller comes in motion to the wide side. Barger back to throw. Throws it over to Masteller, who had down 2 flags. That's going to be a late hit at the 11-yard line. They'll move it down to about half the distance. Is going to be down at about the 5.5-yard line. Masteller will stay on the ground.
Roger Cecil, the late hitter.
So the Trojans, who in a penalty-marred game against them, come up with another. And Masteller, who showed good concentration as the ball was tipped, caught the football, and then, of course, is a great open field runner. He's going to come out for a play. Jason Curtis will go in his place in the backfield. Masteller will be right back in. We can tell you that. He's jogging off the field. Barger with 3 men in the backfield. Handoff is to Kelly Clark. Clark down to about the 2, maybe the 1 yard line. Well, let's call it 2 or 3. They run a power eye to the left side and get down to about the 3. They'll gain 3, make it 2nd down and 3, 2nd and goal from the 3. Masteller does come back in. Curtis stays in to give him some extra beef. They set up power eye to the right side. Split River about 10 yards off on the left side. Again, a handoff to the deep back, running through. Blocking ahead, they'll get down close. Kelly Clark carries it to the 1. Clark gets up and hobbles to the backfield, paying the price. 3rd and goal from the 1. A minute left in the 3rd quarter. Fife leads it 14-7. The High Climbers are knocking on the door. Rawlings limps up to the football. Again, the power eye to the right side. Same offensive set. Tight end Penny on the right side. River split about 10 yards on the left side. Long count. Barger gives it off. Diving straight ahead. He should have the touchdown. Touchdown is the signal.
Kelly Clark.
Clark again running from the deep back position in the eye with both Masteller and Jason Curtis up in front of him. And they just wedge him into that end zone as he runs behind the right side of the offensive line of Chris Hoff and Lars Anderson, the Beef Trust. So we go for the point after the ball game. Good snap, it's down. Kick is up. The kick is good. There's timeout on the field. 37 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The score, Shelton 14 and Fife.
Financing made simple. 85 miles to closeout time is now at the Coachman. 3216 Pacific Avenue in Olympia. Take advantage of super deals on the remaining new 85s. But you must hurry. They won't last long at these prices. The Coachman, Southern Puget Sound's Mazda headquarters.
Sorensen on the kickoff. Kicks a low driving kick. Bounces away from Lindley, but he finally picks it up and runs it back. Inside handoff again. The flag goes down. And this time in the backfield by the referee. We may have a holding call. Or perhaps it could be motion. Illegal motion to call against Peninsula. Court Giroux getting up slowly. But he's up. And John Barger will go up to get the call. As Rawlings has come out to take a little bit of a rest. He's working on that ankle. He's got to keep it moving on the sidelines, though. Of course, if he sits down in this cold weather, he will not be able to walk on it. Put out the tight end about 15 yards to the right side, wing back to the left. Ball right in the middle of the field as Linden blocks out the signals. This time, no motion at all. Handoff on the inside, handoff again, the double handoff. Still on his feet. Out up to about the 40-yard line, and there's the gun going to end the 3rd quarter of play. So we have timeout here at High Climber Stadium. 3 quarters have been played, and we're all tied up.
We're waiting for you.
Down 5 for the Trojans at the 39. Linden going to put the ball up. Intercepted by Kevin Smith at the 47-yard line. On the Shelton side of the 50, Kevin Smith diving for the football as Linden led the receiver. A touchdown for the High Climbers.
It looked as though the defender was stride for stride with Smith and then got... Didn't think the Bugs could throw the football that far or something, because he gave up on the play and Smith ran underneath it for 6 points.
Kevin Smith turned on the afterburner and ran away from him and just really, I didn't think he could get to it either. Mark Smith on for the point after. Lightning strikes.
58 teams up. That's good. The High Climbers go out in front. Timeout on the field here.
Behind the Climbers in their playoff efforts.
Simpson Employees Federal Credit Union is extremely proud of our Shelton High Climber football team. It takes dedication and hard work to have the successful season they've experienced. Congratulations from the Simpson Employee Federal Credit Union and all their members to each and every High Climber football player. Simpson Employees Federal Credit Union wishes...
Linden brings him up on a first down. Motion across the formation. Linden on the handoff straight up the middle. Gain of a couple and driving forward. We'll get another one as he gets about 3 yards. Looks like Gray on the carry. Again, the numbers are black or dark blue on those white jerseys, and the jerseys are getting very mud covered. Let's call it a gain of 4, second down 6. Again, motion across the formation from left to right. Linden, handoff to the wing, the setback in the backfield. Jason Curtis brings him down. Roger Cecil. Cecil on the carry at 6'2", and the 2-0. Cecil goes in motion. Inside handoff. Lindley. He's got some room. Just seems to run through him. He's all the way down across the 30, down to about the 25-yard line.
Scott River saving their touchdown on Kyle Lindley.
Yeah, brings him to the line. Pitch out, trying to get outside. And Mastello springs it out, and then the pursuit is there to bring him down as Kevin Smith, Chris Hobb, and Court Jabot team up to drop him. Cecil in motion across the formation from the short side of the field. Linden on the pitch out, going to Cecil. And Court Jabot. Check that, that's John Barger. Slipping through, and very quickly brings down Kyle Lindley for no gain. Barger off and stood up. And he'll gain maybe a yard or 2. It's Chris Hoff on the stop for the Climbers. Ray on the carry. Linden, long count. Makes the handoff, rolls out, got a man deep. Throwing it down there, Holt is with him. He dropped it. Almost one of the finest catches we've seen. And it got away. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
Sensational effort by Todd Snyder. Number 47, leaving his
Barger. Gives off to Clark, the deep back. Clark running straight ahead behind Mastello and Jason Curtis will pick up about 4 or 5 yards as he crosses the 25 out to about the 26-yard line. It's still a balanced offensive line. Slide down, hand off to Clark, and he won't get much. He gets not quite back to the line of scrimmage. They take the handoff coming up the middle. It's Mastello. He's going to have a first down. He's across the 35-yard line.
excellent play calling by Jack Stark. Again, the quick trap play up the middle, allowing Masto once again on the quick trap.
Barker turns around, looks back at the clock. Be less than 4 minutes to play when we start this one. Barker hand off to Kelly Clark, turns outside. One man to beat with a shirt sleeve tackle at the 40-yard line. And Kelly Clark, Barker, line formation backs back, hand off again, straight up the middle. Mastower back into the ball game, gets across the 40 out to about the 42-yard line. No gain backs. On third down, short yardage. Barker lost the football, but he got it back. But a big loss on the play. We wait for the snap, and we always hold our breath on these. A high snap, but not much of a rush. Clark, a low kick. Taken at the 40, or at the 38, trying to get outside. Lindley tries to cut back inside, and is jacked right away by Jason Curtis. Back at the 36-yard line. They have to put it in the air. Linden, again, fakes the handoff, rolls to the right. Good coverage downfield, shoots a short pass. And Barger, on a diving tackle, slows up the ball game, and will have a first down at the 50. The deep man was well covered. Lindley shoot from the wide side of the field. Linden back, draws straight back to throw. Here comes the rush. He's hit as he throws. Scott McCoy on the rush from the right side. Linden just did not have a chance. motion, but was hit just as he was on it. Blanker in the slot to the right goes motion to the left. Linden, short drop, rolls to the right side. He's under pressure. He's not going to get this one away. Fumble the football, and we'll wait to see. There's a pileup. Officials are signaling time. They're trying to run the right side. Pressure. Oh, still on his feet. And he'll get the first down as he gets inside the 40-yard line. And again, either Lindley or Gray, they're both about the same. Handoff on the double handoff inside. Lindley slips and falls, still on his feet. Hard back to bring down as he should have been stopped in the backfield but got away. Picks up about 5 yards. But that, of course, will use up lots of valuable time. The clock continues to run. We'll be inside of a minute by the time they get this one off. Linden looks, thinks where he wants his receiver on the left side to be. 55 seconds, clock continues to run. Linden back to throw, looks, and he's going to be dropped in it. No, he threw the ball down. Had a receiver there, but Linden back to throw, looks, shoots a pass out on the flip. That was it. And they say the receiver had his knee down. And the official ball is dead right there. So they would have had a first down, but now it's fourth down, and they've got to make the first down. They'll have fourth down and about a yard to go for a first down. Or less than a yard to go. So with 37 seconds left, they've called timeout. Possibly their last time off. 7 seconds to go. Linden marks out signals. Motion from the wing back on the right side across the formation. Oh, and they won to 14. This time motion across to the right side. Linden is back to throw. He's got to get 6. Here comes the pressure. He's stopped in the backfield. He's down at the 40-yard line. The high climber defense holds. 31. Smith coming quickly to the sidelines. They go into prevent offense with the single back very deep just in case. Barger goes back, goes down on one knee, and they dive on top of him. Clock continues to run. 23-22. They do not have to run another play. 18 seconds remain. They do not have to run another play. The high climbers have won this one. So from the sidelines and below, the high climber fans starting to hoop it up, and the high climber shirts on the sideline. You can hear him count it off. 2 or 1. It's over. The Shelton High Climbers defeat the Fife Trojans 21-14. We'll be back to tell you about the scoring and how it happened in just 60 seconds. What a ball game.
Coachman has always offered you, their customer, the best possible when it comes to quality automobiles with the greatest deals available. And right now they're making no exceptions. Summertime savings has come to an end, and the 86s will soon be here. So they want to clear out the 1985 Mazda GLCs and 626s. This is the time to buy. With liberal trades, low downs, and financing made simple. 85 Mazda closeout time is now at the Coachman, 3216 Pacific Avenue in Olympia.